It all started one cold December day with a message that read from his cell phone. Hey sis, what would Hannah like for Christmas? I'm in town doing some Christmas shopping and was thinking about her. The reply read, I'm not sure. I will ask her and let you know. How long are you going to be in town today? There should be a response, right? There wasn't one. According to the National Highway Safety Administration, distracted driving is any activity that diverts attention from driving, including talking and texting on your phone, eating and drinking, talking to people in your vehicle, fiddling with the stereo, entertainment, or navigation system. Anything that takes your attention away from driving the task at hand. We are all guilty of being distracted behind the wheel. Distractions are all around us, and it is hard to not disregard what is going on around us. We want to listen to what our passengers are saying, what may be on the radio, or glancing to see what that ding sound was coming from our cell phones. It may be news of something exciting, or it may be an emergency. We don't know until we look and feel that need to quench our curiosity. We don't want to seem rude if we don't respond right away, right? When I was younger, I would sit in my dad's truck with my parents, and I thought I would just drive, barely making a sound. There still were distractions, but there wasn't a cell phone in sight. If you needed to speak to someone on the phone, you had to make a call over the landline, and hopefully you were able to leave a message on their answering machine. If the news were urgent, you would have to physically go over to that person's house and let them know of the urgent news. Now we are fortunate to have cell phones. They may be a blessing, but for some it may seem like a curse. There is that urgency to send a message, read the news, play that game, whatever it may be. We should be concentrating on the task at hand, driving. Let me give you an example. I picked up my son from school as we were getting ready to approach the exit and the light was green. I had a feeling to slow down. And so I looked at my son and I asked him if he needed to go anywhere before we headed home. He replied that he was good and that we could just go home. As I approached a green light and was ready to make a left turn, a car zoomed through the red light for her. I quickly stopped and I was startled, and because my son would have gotten into a serious accident. I am grateful that I heeded to that sweet prompting to slow down instead of trying to make that green light. My son and I would have gotten seriously hurt. Fortunately, there was a police officer that saw the whole thing and pulled her over further down the road. Not many people are fortunate to dodge an accident due to the other driver's distractions. According to the U.S. Department of Transportation, when you send a text, you take your eyes off the road for about 5 seconds. That's the time it takes to drive the length of a football field going 55 miles per hour being blindfolded. That is a scary and sobering fact. Due to distracted driving, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention states that in 2015, 3,477 people were killed in an automobile accident caused by a distracted driver, and those numbers are increasing every year. TeenSafe.com states that distracted driving accounts for about 25% of motor vehicle crash fatalities, and that distracted driving is the new drunk driving. The numbers increase every year. More families are getting hurt by their family members getting injured or killed. We can help decrease those numbers. So what is being done to prevent drivers from being distracted, more specifically using their cell phones while operating the motor vehicle? Many states are initiating laws to fine those caught using their cell phones while operating a vehicle, while other states are completely banning the use of their cell phones while driving. There is a company that invented a device to stop you from using your cell phone while in a vehicle. It is the device that prevents an automobile from turning on unless your cell phone is placed on the dock in the glove box of the vehicle. It is called a distracted driver device. It is pricey though, but may be worth it to help you if you are easily distracted by your cell phone when driving. In some vehicles, there are Bluetooth capabilities to help you let others know that you are driving and cannot respond right away and will respond later. Or it will allow you to speak to someone over the phone through your vehicle sound system. Some vehicles have controls on the steering wheel to allow you to change the volume and the channel of the music you are listening to, or even answer a call or by voice activation. Many insurance companies give great advice on how you can eliminate any distractions while driving. I even heard of a law office that offered a scholarship to young adults in school to pledge to avoid the use of their cell phones in a vehicle, and they could win a scholarship. It all comes down to you. There is precious cargo in your vehicle, whether it be with your families, friends, or just yourself. Remember that you are a special someone to somebody. We need to take great care while we are in a motor vehicle. Go to dmv.org and pledge to end distracted driving. We can help decrease those numbers. Now back to my story that I began with. I got a call late that same December night from a police officer in the town my sister and my parents were shopping in. Due to my sister and I texting, she rear-ended a vehicle. The lady in the other vehicle was not hurt too bad. She got a mild whiplash. My sister and my parents got the brunt of the injuries. My sister broke her nose due to the airbag that deployed upon impact. My father was sitting in the back and got severe whiplash and a mild concussion due to hitting the seat in front of him. My mom, she got the most injuries. She sustained a concussion, a broken nose, cuts from her eyeglasses, and broken fingers, all caused by the airbag deployment. It was snowing hard that night, and after that call, my husband, my children, and I began to drive to help my family. We were 2 hours away. It seemed like it took forever to reach them, and once there, I comforted them, and I felt horrible. Had I known that my sister was texting and driving, I would have urged her to stop texting until she was home or at their next stop. My mom cried from pain as we drove them home another 2 hours away. My sister felt horrible and felt so guilty for causing an accident that could have been prevented if she just put her cell phone away. It isn't worth the risk that message can be.